Outreach teams began reaching Jamaica in the 1970s, when YWAM was just beginning to grow. But in 1985, Jackie Roser led a team of 28 from Salem, Oregon, to begin a permanent base in the nation. After working with the local churches, they felt their calling in Ephesians 4 to prepare God's people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God, and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. 9 people rented a house in Seville Heights and began holding video seminars, building up the church to serve. Meanwhile, many property locations were found, but fell through. For 2 years they lived in Bethel, Manchester, but Hurricane Gilbert put a setback in their ministry. In the end, they located a place with all of the facilities they needed in Mandeville, and they are still there today. The Stones Hope campus is 38 acres, with a peaceful atmosphere that brings people closer to God. YWAM chose to take charge of the Bethel Christian School, which was hosted here, and willing teachers have been running it over the years. Using the principal approach method, they are grounding all teaching to the kids with a biblical foundation to influence the next generation of nation changers. It reaches from kindergarten to 6th grade, and for only $25 a month, people are able to educate the children of Jamaica through this school. In 2004, Hurricane Ivan swept through and destroyed almost all of the buildings. But once again, repairs were made and everything is now back up and running. Right now, their focus continues on holding YWAM schools to prepare people for the mission field. They now have a Crossroads Discipleship Training School that has gone on outreach to Haiti and the Gambia. In the Gambia, located in Africa, they reached out to many people groups, including the Sarahuli. They also host a King's Kids, as well as many staff holding extended families to help children in need. From the beginning, Stones Hope sought to train up individuals to be nation changers, and even today, that vision continues to grow as more are prepared for the mission field. In April 2002, Caribbean Christ for the Nations gave their 13-acre property in Montego Bay to YWAM. Our first DTS began in January 2003. Both outreach teams went to Africa. The International Foundations of Community Development started in 2004. This school was led by Christine Colby and Giaconda Kogi. It was significant in bringing out understanding of transformation and cleansing in our land. It is equipped with the tools to deal with the root problems in a person or society and bringing out transformation through biblical principles. Over the years, our discipleship training schools have gone all over the world, playing a part in pioneering bases and reaching unreached people groups. In 2006, one discipleship training school traveled to the Gambia, where one of Montego Bay's adopted people groups are. Along with Stones Hope, The Serahule of Africa are a people group we are reaching out to. But we've also begun reaching the Susu of West Africa as well. While in the Gambia, students stood along the ocean side and prayed back to their nation. In 2007, another DTS made its way to Belize. Another DTS has even taken part in helping pioneer the most recent YWAM base in the Grenadines. The School of Performing Arts arrived in Jamaica in 2007. For many, it was a great source of channeling creativity and talent to the Jamaican youth.
We're here to change the way you live. We've got a lot of love to give. King Jesus is the way to go. His love is really starting to show, and never let him go. So gotta let the whole world know that I'm a world changer.
Righteousness man a root up inna the blood of Jesus when me suit up. If the devil try test me a shoot up. Me no computer, me no boot up. Inna the fear of the Lord me bring me youth up. Bind the liar lips, bring the truth up. Take deliverance, salute pollute up. Preach Jesus Christ, me no mute up.
Cause I'm a world changer.
We're changing everything.
Cause I'm a world changer.
We're changing the way you think.
Over the years, several summer camps and youth ministries have developed, such as the 3-week Access Camp, where teenagers get the chance to develop a more intimate relationship with God. Not only do they learn to hear His voice, but they get the chance to do outreach and possibly overseas missions. There's also a New Waves arts ministry and a sports ministry going on. In February 2009, Homes of Hope spread to Jamaica.
So Josh, how did you find this experience?
I found it extremely moving and inspiring in many ways.
Running every year, 2 discipleship training schools,
It's
School
also
of Performing
very
Arts,
inspiring too,
Foundations for
because,
Community
looking
Development,
at it from
School of the
a
Bible,
Christian point of view, we have the opportunity to minister to these people.
the
But
Access
also,
Youth Program,
in another
Sports
way,
Program,
it's working
and
for them and helping them. This house, it took, what was it? It was like 3 days to build. And it was just a great learning experience for me because I'd never built a house before and I'd never done anything like that. There's just so many different ways that, it's just a really moving experience.
we're also reaching out and helping tutoring classes and providing food for the poor every month. It is now the 7th anniversary of YWAM Montego Bay. Our focus remains on training, running 2 DTSs every year along with the School of Performing Arts, Foundations for Community Development, and School of the Bible. In 2008, our current Jamaican director, Marian Jacobs, stepped up in leadership for Montego Bay. So far, Montego Bay has sent over 40 teams to nations all over the world. And in just this past year alone, we've hosted 15 teams and 5 mission builders. Montego Bay and Stones Hope continue to mobilize the people of Jamaica to reach the world for Christ, because we know it is better to run far together than fast alone.